You guys don't know how much I've been trying to record a video for today. It's either I can't get my dialogue right, the lighting isn't right, or this wind is just so disrespectful. But hopefully you guys are able to hear me clearly, and if you hear some strong wind in the background, I'm sorry. New York just wanted to be windy today, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Tiffany. So I'm turning 29 this year, and honestly I've learned a lot, and I mean a lot in my 20s, and I want to share some of these life lessons with you guys because honestly some of these I wish I knew earlier, but overall they've definitely played a part in me becoming the woman that I am today. So I'm excited to share them with you, and I hope they can help you. So let's get right into it. So getting right into it with lesson number 1, trust the process. One of the biggest lessons that I've had to learn is to trust the process. There were times where I wanted things to happen quickly and immediately, and I had to realize that certain things take time. And God already has a plan for me. So although things right now are looking a little crazy, I had to learn that in the end, I'm going to be okay. In the end, I'm going to be successful. In the end, I'm going to come out on top because that's in God's will. So you just have to trust the process and know that in the end, you will be okay. Lesson number 2, embrace failure. Now, failure doesn't mean that's the end. It's not the end all be all. And I know, we all know what failing means. You failed. Like what? No. I like to look at failures as lessons. So what did I learn from this particular failure? What did I do wrong? What can I do differently next time? And that's kind of how I look at things. So in the end, I know when I'm going to start again, because you will be starting again. Like failing doesn't mean that's it. Like I said, it's not the end all be all. Take that lesson, dust yourself off. If you need to cry, go ahead and cry, let it out, and just start over again. And take that lesson that you learned and implement it into your new plan. But do not end it because you had a shortcoming. Honestly, I don't even like to call it failures. I like to call it a shortcoming, and I like to call it a lesson because in the end I did learn something, and I'm gonna just try again, and ultimately I'll be okay. Number 3, stop comparing yourself to others. Whew. Now I'm not gonna lie, as I was going through the lessons that I learned and I was like writing stuff down, and I came across this one, I was like, oof, that might be a hard one for me to talk about because I am someone who suffered from major insecurities. So I would look at other people and compare myself to them like, okay, they have this, I don't have this, I have this, they don't have that. And as I've gotten older, I realized, girl, what are you doing? Their life journey is for them. What's for them is for them, and what's for you is for you. So you can't compare yourself. And I know that's so hard because especially in this day and age with social media, and we have all these influencers, and you know, they have all these luxury things, and like, oh my gosh, I want that, I want that. And when it's time for you to have that, you will have that. Everyone has a life journey, and everyone has a time to get certain things and to do certain things. So you can't compare yourself to others because in the end, you're taking away from your joy, and you comparing yourself to them, you're taking time away from being able to elevate yourself. So stop comparing yourself to others. Focus on you. Focus on your goals because, like I said, what's for them is for them, and what's for you is for you. Number 4, invest in yourself. Now, I'm not talking about money. This can be taking care of yourself, like self-care. So when was the last time you took yourself out on a date? When was the last time you cooked yourself a nice, good meal and actually was able to eat it right away? When was the last time you enjoyed a nice bubble bath? When was the last time you enjoyed a nice glass of wine? Invest in yourself and take time for yourself because in the end, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if you're giving, but you're not refilling your cup by taking time for yourself, what are you doing? What are you doing? Take that time for yourself and just focus on you. Take yourself out on a date. Give yourself a bubble bath. Open up that expensive bottle of wine that you've been trying to open for like 3 years. Like, you know, but just be okay with taking time for yourself. Number 5, be open to change. Now, we all know last year, my whole world flipped upside down when my grandmother passed. And Honestly, you guys, I was not willing to accept that I now had new responsibilities. And it took me a while to be able to say, these are my responsibilities and I'm okay with it. Because honestly, I wasn't okay with it. Because I was like, what do you mean I have to pay rent? What do you mean I have to pay electricity and gas and Wi-Fi, and I'm responsible for dog food, and then on top of that I gotta go grocery shopping, and I gotta do laundry, I gotta cook, I gotta clean. I'm just like, wait a minute, I'm not ready for this. But as time went on and I started one, realizing that there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so one, I had to accept that, and then two, I had to realize there's a bigger lesson in this. I had to realize that I was spending money so carelessly. So now, me being responsible for everything, I had to be smart about my money, and I had to be smart with my time. And ultimately, it's shaping me to be just a little bit more responsible. Because I'm not gonna lie, I know I kind of walked around a little bit careless and I had my head in the clouds because I had no big responsibilities. But now that I do, it's just like, ooh, I have to do things differently and I have to move a little bit smarter. So overall, you just have to be okay with change. And I know that's easier said than done, because sometimes change is like, ooh, I don't know about this, but in the end, you will be okay. And it's now a year with me now having all these responsibilities, and I'm okay. So change, I know it's hard, but in the end, you will be okay. Number 6, and this is my favorite one. Learn to say no. Matter of fact, say hell no. Don't say that. I was just playing. But learning how to say no as someone who used to be a people pleaser wasn't easy, because I would say yes to everything. And that goes back to lesson number 4 with investing in myself. Because I was always saying yes, I wasn't having time to take care of myself. And eventually, once I started saying no, and as someone who used to be a people pleaser, you will start to feel a little bad once you in the beginning stages of you saying no. But as you do it just a little bit more often, you're just like, ooh, okay, this feels good. And that goes into pouring into yourself, because if you're constantly doing things for others, how are you being able to take care of yourself? So it's okay to say no that you don't want to hang out with your friends. It's okay to say no that you don't want to stay overtime today, especially if you ain't getting overtime pay, just saying. But it's okay to say no here and there, and just being able to focus on you. It's okay. Self-care isn't selfish. Like, I swear by that now that I'm in my late 20s. It's like, I gotta focus on me right now. I gotta put me first. What's that saying? I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. So it's okay to say no. And lastly, surround yourself with the right group of people. I'm not gonna lie, I just got a little bit irritated about that, but I used to have some friends that I thought, oh my gosh, they're gonna be in my life forever. But now that they're no longer in my life, for good reason, I started to think about some of the things that were happening and how things were done. And I'm just like, those people really weren't my people. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to support you, uplift you, but also hold you accountable and not make you feel like you're this big. You want someone who's going to just pour into you and you pour into them. My group of friends, honestly, are the most solid friends I have ever had. Out of all the friends that I've had throughout my life, the group that I have is honestly amazing. The way they surrounded me and my mom when my grandmother passed last year has just been amazing. The way they support me, the way they hold me accountable. If I tell my friends a certain goal or dream of mine, they will remind me like maybe a few months later, like, okay, so what's going on with this? And I'm like, damn, okay. But you need people like that who's going to hold you accountable and remind you of your dreams and remind you of your goals and support you and uplift you. But while you also have those people who are doing that for you, you want to make sure that you're doing that for them. So you just want to surround yourself by just an amazing group of people who's just always going to be there for you. So there's just a few quick lessons that I've learned. Hopefully this helps you guys out and this inspires you to, think things over a little bit with your life and how you're looking at things. Let me know if you guys would like a part 2, because there's a whole lot more lessons that I've learned and I would love to share with you guys. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you soon. Bye.